Hi, crafty friends. I'm Tina, the creative guru with Gems, Paper, Scissors. And today we are doing the right hand side of week 7 of our 52 weeks of 2026 project. We are finishing up the final third layout of Weekend Adventure Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. I have a lot left over, which is fabulous because I love taking my scraps and making a fourth layout. So we will see where this takes us for next week. And until then, let's go ahead and get this right side done. Tomorrow we will install it, which is going to have flip flaps, which I love, and it's going to also have a pull out on the other side that we did yesterday. So it says to use the exclusive dark wood grain paper for our base page and then attach 3K to the base. Now, one thing in the photo, here's 3K. I always try to mark these. When I cut this, this was supposed to go up and down for the footprints. It was directional, and I was not paying that close of attention, which is fine. I am actually really okay with the boots going across my page instead of up and down the page. But if it is important to you, please check your directions before you cut, because you don't have spare. And so this was a harder one to cut because it's corner to corner, and you cannot do that with your paper trimmer, right? Because it's too long. So I went on ahead and scored it on a soft surface, and then I just folded it in half and trimmed it that way. So I'm having my feet walk across my page, and now it is just following the assembly. Attach 3L and M, which are our prepared, I think, maybe. Nope, it's our little pieces down below. Okay, so here's M, and L is this piece. Okay, so this is why we read, because if there's any layering, if you don't read and you do this out of order, it does skew things, right? Okay, so we've got 2.5 down by 1 3/4 over. Let's see here. Okay, so 3L goes, there's 3, 1 and 2 3/4 is 1.5, 1 3/4 right. Up it says 1 3/4. Okay, that's better. So right about there. My lines have worn down, so I might be off a little bit, but that's okay. It gets me roughly where I want to be. Okay. Now, M is this wonderful little stripy piece. Oh, I see why. It's going to be tucked behind photos. So, M is 3.5 inches up. There's 1, 2, 3.5. And then I could measure it from the side, but honestly, this is going to be close enough for me. Okay. Have some overhang, but not a bunch. Just like that. Okay. Now I am done with my ruler, I think. Okay, now it says attached, prepared N and O, and if it's prepared, which means, ta-da, photos, N and then O. And it gives you that tip because we're going to kind of layer up our photos, just a little, not a lot. Just when I thought I was done with my ruler, we're gonna kind of eyeball that centered. There we go. There. Now we'll do O. And I have so much dimensionals on the other side that I'm going to probably tame this one down just a wee bit. Okay. I want this just a little bit down and more eyeballed. There we go. Okay. Now it says PQ, and that would be these two pieces, P and Q. Like so. And just kind of eyeball it now. I feel pretty confident that this is good. And this can overhang just by a bit. And then now it is layering up. Like so. There we go. So there's this little bundle, and then the weekend escape. I will go ahead and do dimensionals there. 1, 2, 3. 1 in the middle. And 4, 5. Oh, this little girl is very, very opinionated today. She is weeks away from turning 2, and she is showing all of her fiery, strong will, and I totally love it. I think my poor assistant is a little exasperated, but that's okay. There we go. Now we get to go up here. We've got a nature walk, and we're just gonna Stampin' Seal plus that on, like so. Kind of balance between the two. Then we've got Beautiful and that little tab. Those are die cuts, and they say what project they're for. And again, we're just gonna add some Stampin' Seal plus tape runner feel on it. And I'm gonna tuck this just a little bit behind and center that up a bit. And although this view is absolutely stunning, I am absolutely terrified of heights. And it scared, this entire trail scared the bejeebers out of me. Hands down. Scared me like nobody's business. Okay? Hands down. Scariest trail I've probably ever done. It was the almost half of 2/3 of the trail is on grating suspended on a huge pipe, and it all of a sudden ends. A lot of the grating was bent and dented or missing, and the side, it was a scary hike for me. I know a lot of people are like, oh, no problem, bring it, I'm good. I'm not that person, hands down. And I will journal this later. It's just going to have the day and temperature and little data. My real journaling is on the other side. And so that's okay. And I don't really want to cover my face. I am going to scooch this over. This is supposed to go over like this. And I'm not doing that. I'm going to go ahead and scrunch it next to my head and be happy with that. Okay. Now I have this little banner piece, and it's just layering up this cluster. Okay. I want it to hang down to about here, touch each of those. We're gonna better together. Definitely my daughter Alex and I really successfully pull off trails like this because we are together. We both would have been really happy if the other one had kind of, quote, chickened out on this one, because we were both pretty terrified. Yeah, pretty terrified. I would do it again. I would. It was absolutely stunning. And I'm glad that we did it when it was cold, because it meant fewer people on the, quote, trail. Because I'll tell you, you have to maneuver around to get past people, and that was scary. Very, very, very scary. Take to the trails and travel on foot. I'm going to have this tuck a little bit behind, so we're going to lift this up a little and tuck that. I want it to kind of line up with the take too. There we go. Now we will hang this down. And I want that right here. I'm just lining up all of my lines, right? So I've got my little banner down here, and I don't want it poking through too much. I've got my Explorer getting ready to cover up some of that. And I have a spare sticker, and I'm going to use that to add to my steps here, like so. And then we will add this. So it's a little overhanging. I think that just adds a little bit extra, and it fits this layout so well. And then this looks a little naked, so let's go ahead and add a little nut, because I will tell you, I felt a little nutty on this hike. Lots of moments of stopping, pausing, closing my eyes to regroup as I got lightheaded with abject terror. And so that's it. I think that's everything that I want on this particular layout, other than more photos. I have, this layout only had space for 3 photos, and that doesn't fly for me almost ever. And so what I am going to do is, on the outside, I am going to create a waterfall using my flip flaps. And they are actually going to completely cover some of that stuff, right? But when it flips up, you'll see this embellishment. If not, I will lift them out on Sunday when I do my live. And until then, I hope this inspired you and to do hard things, to hit a trail, to scrapbook, to memory keep. And until Sunday, when we add this in, I hope you keep on creating and find your joy.